Thank you, guys.
Diane, I would just like to point out that for many years Rosalie Crow was the author, put together at Blood, Sweat, and Tears on the Noticias newsletter and newspaper, and it developed into like 8 pages under her leadership for a number of years, and we appreciate all her efforts. It was an excellent publication. And Rosalie, I don't know if you want to introduce David and have David tell us what he's about.
This is my son, David. David Crow. And in case you don't know yet, David is running for the Senate, U.S. Senate, hoping to take John Kyle's seat.
So I graduated from U of A in '89 in computer engineering, and what's motivated me is I started my business in engineering and aerospace, and I've seen us lose industry and jobs. I have a hard time finding jobs for new grads that come to us and work as interns. So what motivates me is jobs. I believe we need jobs, and everything in the next election will be about creating jobs. So that's what I'm running on, and if you'd like to talk to me, I can talk to you about that.
Good, David.
So David, last year a number of candidates visited our tents at Heritage and Hispanic, so I hope you'll stop by, say hello. Thank you, Rosalie. Yes, you were a great motivator with the Noticias publications that you did. I also wanted to add, as we talk about growing our own, Patrick was also a former recipient of our May Luncheon honorees as well. He's about to start his doctorate here at U of A. So go, Patrick. If Chris and Fabian would come up. Fabian is our CFO of U of A Alumni Association, and as you saw, a former recipient as well. And Jose, at this point you have to come up. Jose has served UAha now for how many years on the board? 6?
6.
He's a former UAha scholar, and he's leaving us. And he's done a remarkable job as a communications officer plus, because I don't think this is why he's quitting, but I bugged him a lot all year long. And he finally has to do work, so we're going to miss him tremendously. And Chris wanted to join me up here to say a few words. We're giving you something.
On behalf of the board, I was asked to read this to him. Jose, just a final note to offer our sincerest thanks and appreciation for your unselfish years of service to the UAHA. Your help and support, in addition to your countless contributions, have helped the UA Hispanic alumni grow and continue to thrive. To say thank you, enjoy a football game on us. It's our honor to give you 2 Skybox tickets for the 2011 football season. Oh wait, to a game, sorry. For a game to the 2011 football season. I'm not doing well with words today, I'm sorry. The game is to be determined by the UAAA, and here's Fabian Cordova.
Fabian did explain it.
So Jose knows that anytime he calls me for something, there's always a caveat, right? I mean, can I do this? Yes, but. So you've got the 2 Skybox seats for a game, and I just wanted to clarify. But pretty much every game is available except Homecoming and NAU. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't even know if we're paying NAU here, but, well, it's because we have our board meetings, so it's the first game. But that said, Stanford's still open, Oregon's still open, we've got some really good games. And the nice thing about this, too, as well, is that it's changed a little bit. For those of you who have been up to our Skybox before, you'll note that we have sort of like a partitioned area where we only have maybe about 12 people in there. But now we're sharing with the president's office, so we'll be intermingled. So maybe you'll be in the nicer, bigger box with some, more important people or something like that. But what I also wanted to say was a thank you from the Alumni Association standpoint. And the reason is because I do know that it requires a lot of persistence in trying to get things done. There are always good ideas, and there are so many constraints and obstacles that sometimes we have to overcome. And even though I was generally the one that had to present those obstacles and constraints, you always, and the next time I saw you, you always were there with a smile and a handshake. And so I appreciate that because, and the Alumni Association appreciates that because, we do have limited resources and a lot of sort of red tape, if you will, to deal with. But you always found those ways, and you always were persistent. And I think that's what's going to be missed most about you, regardless of what role you were playing. It was the persistence and the willingness to just keep on moving it forward that made a huge difference. So thanks for all that. I know that when I was part of the Hispanic alumni, you were also a huge help to me, so I appreciate that. So hope to see you up at the Skybox.
Gosh, how red am I? This was unexpected and a surprise. We worked with each other, so it's a big surprise. Thank you, Diane. It's been an honor. I still feel like I need to give back to this organization. It's given me so much. I mean, as Marty mentioned, some of us do meet our significant others in certain circumstances, and I met my lovely wife, who's not here today, but I met her at the very first meeting, the very first student meeting, orientation. I saw her and like, oh, who's that pretty girl? And everything went from there. So, and that's kind of the reason why I have to step down. I'd do this forever if I could, but we have 3 children, so they're growing up, and so they need my attention and my time. And I'm taking a break. I'm not leaving forever, and I do plan on coming back as soon as I have more time, and I'll still be around, and I hope to see all of you. And I love seeing this organization grow, and it's in great hands, and it'll continue to be in great hands. And thanks to everybody here, and if you guys can just all stay involved, and we'll be one big happy family. Thank you. Thanks again. This is unexpected. Thank you.
From the audience? Someone took my agenda, so I don't have one in front of me.
Oh, it's right here.
Is that where we're at? Any comments, questions?
Diane?
Yes. Is that Gloria?
Of course. Shy away. Many of you know, and I'm going to ask for your help, compadre, over here, that Joel Valdez was instrumental in starting the Hispanic alumni. What was his role?
Well, it was that we all just got together one night when we started at the University of Arizona football stadium, and there was about 120 of us, and we decided
really that night that we wanted to get together. We started some 50 years before, and we just thought it was proper for us to put it together. And fortunately, Kent Rollins was more than receptive for us. So that night we put it together, and even elected officers, and we were off and running. It was, hi Edie. Some of the old timers are here, and Joe, I'm sure you're aware, he had an aneurysm three weeks ago, and he ended up at St. Joseph's Hospital in the institute where they handle the neurological institute. And he's been in intensive care for the 3 weeks, really 3 weeks tomorrow, until yesterday. And he went to a regular room. He can't speak. He's not paralyzed, but he has a weak right side. So there's, I guess, partial paralysis. So he is now beginning his therapy. He's my compadre. We've been lifelong friends. And, you know, he's been integral to the University of Arizona and to the city of Tucson for 25, 40 years, maybe, something like that. So he's a very close friend of all of us. And he's going to be fine. It's just going to take a while.
But, you know, what I'm asking is for a man who helped create the Hispanic alumni, who has helped many of us through jobs, through school, through so much. This city and this university would not be what they are without his hard work and yours.
No.
And so we ask for your prayers, for your thoughts, for your good energy, and please keep him in your heart and in your mind. He's a fighter, and he'll make it, but we all need to pull for him, please.
That's right.
Thank you.
But we can certainly send him our cards and prayers and so on. Thank you, Gloria. Also, Edie, would you make your announcement at this time? Janice alluded to it, but...
Okay, I will speak very quickly. Mark the calendar for October 25th. There will be a tardeada in the Women's Plaza of Honor, and we're going to unveil El Tributo a la Mujer Hispana. And the members of, some are here, Diane and Neva and Marty and Eloise and Oscar. And I don't think I missed anyone. And the proceeds will go to Hispanic alumni, but we're going to unveil this wonderful tribute this committee has raised the money for. 5 to 7 p.m. in the Women's Plaza. You get an invitation to Oscar.
Thank you. Any other announcements, comments? Yes,
I have
Sophia.
a very quick announcement. We're raising funds for MedStart, and there will be a big art exhibit in honor of Hispanic heritage. It will be there will be an opening reception on August 22nd, and the closing reception will be on September 9th. The closing reception will also be a dinner in the ballroom, and we'll have mariachis and music and et cetera, and we really hope that this is the night for asking money for you again. There'll be a $50 ticket in the ballroom, and the opening and the closing reception in the gallery will be for free. The Raíces Taller is going to have 26 artists come to the university, and they will be donating some portion of their art sales. So it'll be a great time to pick up some fabulous art. It'll be very impressive. So I hope that you'll mark your calendar and make a point of coming to both of those events.
Thank you. And Sophia, you'll be sure we get that info so we can put it on the website and send out all these announcements.
And
Okay.
the proceeds are for MedStart. It's
For MedStart.
to do MedStart in the summer. It costs $5,000 per student, and it's very hard money to come by. But the exciting thing is that there are a number of MedStart students who are now physicians, pharmacists, nurses. We have really had great success with the program. So I urge you to please consider it.
Thank you. Anything else? If not, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next year and throughout the year at our events. Ray and Carlota, thank you again. Congratulations. Thank you for the wonderful food. And we have food still. We have a little cafecito there with cookies, and our bartender is still there as well. Thank you all very much. Good night.